Zuchi is a Kashmiri Pandit representing Kashmiri diaspora in United States and different parts of the world. He has a view that Article 370 is good. The removal of Article 370 was good. And Mr. Muju, he is right in Jammu Kashmir. He's an editor, he's a Kashmiri Pandit. He opposes that view. So we're already very interesting debate going on. Thank you, Muju Saab. Could you please tell us the name of the newspaper you are the editor-in-chief of?
Yes.
What is the newspaper you run? Aren't you like running?
Voice of Silence. Voice of Silence.
Voice of Silence. Thank you, sir.
It's available on web also.
Okay.
It's on web also. www.voiceofsilence.co.in.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And with that, I would like to make a couple of comments before I hand it out to Shah Saab. I just wanted to correct my earlier statement about Najma ji. She is All India General Secretary of Mahila Congress and in charge of Jammu and Kashmir and also Puducherry. Also contested Madhya Pradesh elections from MP elections, sorry, from Meerut, UP, and I've worked at 9 different Indian, she has acted in 9 different languages. She's really multilingual. So maybe we'll have her present tonight in a different language other than English. Thanks for correcting, Najmaji. I also have Mr. Satish Mahaldar. He is a Kashmiri. He's a coordinator of JK Minority Community, JK Minority Alliance Forum. He would like to speak on the plights of OBC, Minister of J&K, and I did definitely, will give an opportunity to everyone to speak. Since we're limited in time, I would really appreciate if you can be a little patient before I bring you on. I'd like to, with that, before I hand it over to Mr. Tankha, because he's the one who has to leave, I'd like to bring Mr. Shah to bring his view, because he also is right in Srinagar right now. Mr. Shah, please, you have the stage.
Before Mr. Shah speaks, let me tell you, I'm having a Babbu Gosha, which a friend of mine from Kashmir has brought to me. It's one of the sweetest fruits I have tasted, Babbu Gosha.
You need to share with us.
Very true.
Okay, thank you. Shah Saab, you are muted. You heard the view of Mr. Zuchi and Mr. Muju, and you're right. Please express your views. You're muted. Shah Saab, you're muted. Unmute yourself.
Now it's okay?
Yep, now we can hear you.
Now you can hear me?
Yes, now you're good.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Tasawwurji. Thank you very much, Rituji, Narayanji, and Kajju Saab for his brilliant presentation, as well as Mr. Zuchi and Muju Saab. I see.
Tell me some more Babbu Gosha from Kashmir, Mr. Shah.
Yes, I will carry them. We have our own trees in the garden here. Sure, sir. By all means, it will be a pleasure. And I saw just now our dear friend Kapil Kagji there. Good morning to everybody in India here, and good evening to everybody in the United States. It was nice to hear the views just now of the distinguished guests and the panelists. As far as Kajju Saab's views were concerned, and he spelled something very important, because we are here to talk way forward in Kashmir. And talking about restoration of democracy, free and fair elections, free the prisoners, and status of the restoration restored for J&K. Downgrading is not situation. 4G. Sir, absolutely online. Only one thing to be added: the massive majority of Jammu, Kashmir, and Ladakh will not accept revocation of 370 and 35A, period. That has to be talked and debated. Because 370 was not an ordinary matter. It is a constitutional guarantee given to the people of Jammu, Kashmir, and Ladakh, irrespective of caste, creed, color, region, or religion. And included with that is 35A. I would like to share this with most of the people know it. 35A, the basis of it came in from much before 1927 also. And it was put before the Maharaja by the elite Dogra and the Rajput rulers, and our Kashmiri Pandit brethren at that time. That was for the safety from anybody coming in from Punjab, whether it was a Muslim or a Hindu, for protection of their lands, protection of their properties, protection to their educational institutions, and protection of jobs. And today, when I am talking to you from Srinagar, yesterday only, I heard people from Ladakh talking on various channels, and a group of girls speaking to BBC. And they admitted that, yes, after 370 abrogation, we feel there is a problem, and we feel that we are orphaned. There is nobody here to look after us. We have an issue. Secondly, the Ladakh Hill Council, which was formed during Dr. Abdullah's government, and earlier Professor Siddiq Waid is there. He is an authority on Ladakh. It's great to have him here because he will really dwell on this subject. In 85, first of all, the Ladakh area was open to tourism after my grandfather, Sher Kashmir, took over in 1975. It was totally closed till that time. It came back onto the map, and it was given due weightage and due respects. And after that, in 1985, Professor Wahid will bear me out. My father, G.M. Shah, he gave the ST status there, which was a very long demand of the entire Ladakh region. And in Dr. Farooq Saab's government, the Ladakh got the Hill Council. Why I'm stressing more on Ladakh right now? Because we have a problem right there. China is right there, hardly 100, 150, 200 kilometers away. And a major impact on that is because of the abrogation of Article 370 on 5th of August. I would like to make our friend Mr. Vivek Tanka to note it down, because he's a parliamentarian, and tomorrow Dr. Abdullah also is going to be there. 5th August has a very great bearing on what is happening in the country today. And yesterday, while coming back to the subject, your colleague MP from the BJP, Mr. Namgyal, who is a part of the Hill Council, they had a working committee meet of the Hill Council just a few days ago in Leh. And lo behold, this gentleman who almost created a dance kind of a situation, a celebration kind of a situation in the parliament on 5th August for abrogation of 370, he is today saying that I want 371, or I want Ladakh to be given something like the 6th schedule. Why so? When asked, he said, well, we are feeling that we can lose our identity. We can lose our cultural situation. And we have a problem. We feel that we need protection to land and property. We need protection to job. So we asked him, hello, then what were you doing on 5th August in the parliament? You already had these protections under Article 35A. This protection is for every Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Bodh, Kashmiri Pandit, our Pahadi brethren, our Dogra brothers. And why did you do this drama on the 5th? And today you have pushed us into almost a war. Any minute, God forbid, God forbid, God forbid. Any minute we can hear that things have gone out of hand, and there we are. We are a nuclear flashpoint today. Forget the war, that's a very small matter. It's a nuclear, Ladakh today is a Kashmir, the entire Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh is a nuclear flashpoint. It is the people of this state, Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh, as principal sufferers of this dispute, who are going to face the first brunt. That is where we are. So dismantling the constitution is not the way out. And the Modi government, I am very sorry to say, they took the parliamentary route because they knew that judicially, I would say that they would lose the case. Earlier 2 times, when the 370 issue came up in the Supreme Court, those petitions were dismissed. And I am sure, because I am one of the first petitioners along with the civil society and all the political parties, Those petitions we put, and somewhere in December or I'm not so sure about the date, 2018, and the hearing that took place on 370 when this was challenged, this was on 19th January 2019. That was the last we heard about it, about all those applications. And after that, unfortunately, the Supreme Court gave Government of India a time for 8 months till August 2019, August 5th, to do what they did on 2019. So, Supreme Court had enough time from January 19 till 5th of August 2019 to sound the Government of India on the matter. They did not act promptly. Our petitions could have been heard because of the urgency. Had the government got a good case, it would have liked the verdict from in its favor from that bench. They knew that they had no case. They took the parliamentary route where they had the numbers. And by adopting the parliamentary route, the Government of India violated the judicial and parliamentary propriety. When they knew, when the parliament knew that the government was knowing that the Supreme Court is already seized of the matter, propriety warranted that the parliament to have stayed its hands off till the matter was decided by the Supreme Court. So not going more to it, because that is a sub judice matter and it will come up before the learned judges, before the Supreme Court, and people are watching it with bated breath, waiting with bated breath all over the world. What the highest court of this country, which has a big name in the entire world, how is it going to tackle this matter? The second issue, because the time is very less, is as far as our dear brother Zuchi Saab. Zuchi Saab, we all have suffered. We have lost 100,000 lives. Thousands of homes gone. 20,000 widows. More than 25,000 orphans. Along with my Kashmiri Pandit brethren. I also left myself in '89. If a couple of lakh of Kashmiri Pandits left, so did around 500,000 Muslims leave. We are equally in trouble. And we understand what happened that day. And we know who did it. Very recently, through my party president, my mother, Begum Khalida Shah, the eldest daughter of Sher-e Kashmir, she has written a detailed note on the exodus of our Kashmiri Pandit brethren to the Prime Minister in an open letter to him, pinpointing what happened at that time. Who were the people responsible? We will not go into that subject because we want the wounds to be healed. We want our brothers to come back. And let me tell you, Zuchi Saab, you might be knowing it. I would like to tell the August gathering here, the August panel. While I am talking with you today, there are more than 20,000 Kashmiri Pandits living very, very happily here in the valley. Very happily. And living in places which are supposed to be infested by such kind of elements that did the trouble in the early 90s. Please note this down. And there are ways and means to. No army, no police can help any individual in any place in the world to settle down or come back. It is the common man. In the Muslim majority area, it is the Muslims. In the Hindu majority area, it is the Hindus who will protect the humanity, who will protect the brothers and sisters. That is what we want. That is what we want to create here. And I want to re-emphasize, as while I am talking today, the massive majority of Kashmir an overwhelming majority in the Ladakh division, as well as Jammu. Now, when we talk of Jammu, Jammu is not only Raghunath Bazar and what you call Samba or Kathua. Jammu is Joda, Badarwa, Kishtawad, Banihal, Ramban, Rajouri, Punch. And I am very happy to note, because I am interacting with lots of our Pandit brethren. My best friends today, even today, are Kashmiri Pandits. And we understand we know the pain, because we ourselves have this pain going on for the last decades, so many decades. A huge majority says no. We are with our Muslim brothers. We are with Ladakh. Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh is a pluralistic society. It cannot be broken because of the RSS and the BJP agenda. We will never allow that. Never ever. We have to live as one society. And let me also make it clear, sir, to everyone, to my friends there, to my parliamentary member there, that the flag, the constitution, and the boundaries, it was a taboo under the conditional instrument of accession, then accepted by two constituent assemblies of that time, the Constituent Assembly of India and the Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir, under a guarantee by none other than Mahatma Gandhi himself. 370 was put by whom? It was put into the domain by Sardar Patel. It was seconded by Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. And today, when our friend in Delhi, in Jammu, the BJP guys in Jammu, they in their working committee meet, they had the audacity to say that the people who are talking about Gupkar Declaration, all these people who have joined together and asking for the return of the constitutional guarantees that have been tampered with and thrown to dust, that all these people are pro-Pakistan, pro-secessionist, and they are anti-national, which means I am an anti-national, because I am one of the signatories of the Gupkar Declaration. If I am an anti-national, if the people who represent these views here, the majority views, who have held power in the state and in the center with the Congress and the BJP, then they are also anti-national. Then the Constitution of India is anti-national, which gave us 370. Then Sardar Patel is anti-national. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee is anti-national. No, sir, these things won't work. And let me tell you, 370 has nothing to do with insurgency. It has nothing to do with terrorism. As a matter of fact, from 9th August 1953, what was done with the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir, by arresting Sher-e Kashmir in 9th August, till now, all the laws that have been passed here, they have been done illegally and unconstitutionally. That is what the fight is all about. That is what gave birth to terrorism. It is the other way around. And the decision of 5th August 2019, sir, it has cost us 60,000 crores. No tourism, suffering, hotels closed, taxis stopped, all the service industry connected to it, 0.5 million jobs gone. And on 5th August, our governor at that time, Mr. Malik, he used to come on TV and radio every second day before our arrest on 5th August, that nothing is going to happen. There is nothing. We are only tackling Pakistan. That is why the troop movement is there. When we asked him, sir, what is the problem of you are removing the tourism? At that time, on 5th August 2019, Kashmir had almost 500,000 tourists. Jammu was bustling with the incoming tourists. Vaishno Devi was full. Amarnath Yatra was on. Everything was stopped. People were packed into buses. It reminded us of the days when Jagmohan did what happened to our Kashmiri Pandit brothers at that time.
Okay, we lost Muzaffar Shah Sahab, probably internet connectivity. Great debate. While he is trying to connect back, I would like to point out we have Rasik Barkat. He says, good evening, good morning. I have one single point to add to Justice Kaju Sir's proposal. If allowed, I'll take less than a minute. Barkat Saab will let you definitely an opportunity. I have Dr. Ghazala, she's driving and going to destination. She would like to speak as well. And I also have Mr. Sanjay Sapru. He's a technocrat and social activist connected to Ground Zero, believes in the future of new UT based on development vision. So we'll allow you to definitely speak. So with that, I think Shahzab is back. I think he is connecting. But I would probably interrupt him, and since Vivekji is already getting very late, probably give him the stage. Shahzab, if you can